Talking Prismo metals today. Prismo trades as PRIZ on the CSE in Canada. PMOMF is a call sign in the States under the OTCQB. I've got the executive chairman and co-founder, Alain Lambert. Do a little update with the company. Alain, good to see you here. A little action on all the projects here. Of course, Hot Breccia doing a little ZTEM down there in Arizona. And looks like you got expanded a drill program at Palos, Verdes, and Los Pavitos core announcing a drilling program. So, yeah, a lot to get into here. Where's a good place to start?
Yeah, it's great to be back, and it's great to see you again. Yes, it's been too long. Let's make sure we do this again. But since our last update, much has happened with Prismo Metals. As your listeners will know, Prismo is a company that has 3 projects, 2 in Mexico. We have a silver prospect called Palos Verdes, which is surrounded on 3 sides by Vizsla Silver. We got the Panuco, that's in the Panuco district, and then we have a gold prospect, Los Pavitos. That's a large 5,300 hectare prospects, and a copper project called Hot Breccia in Arizona. And since we last spoke, all 3 projects have seen some significant advancement. We have been drilling away. We're at 2,500 meters of drilling at Palos Verdes. We are starting to drill this week at Los Pavitos, and we have just filed our permit application for Hot Breccia. And the drilling at Palos Verdes has exceeded the results have exceeded our expectation. And I've got the press release in front of me, so the number are quite impressive. I don't want to get anything wrong, but on July 27th, we announced what is the second best hole ever pulled out of the Panuco district. The first one, the best hole being a Vizsla hole that they had a couple of years ago. But we had 11.5 kilos silver equivalent over half a meter. And then if you look at the larger intercepts from that hole, 1.35 meters at 4,311 grams. And another hole was 1,234 silver equivalent gram per ton over 0.7, and 2.6 meters at 384 grams per ton silver equivalent. Those are results that are similar in grade to what our neighbor Vizsla Silver has had. And also, as a quick reminder, Vizsla is a partner of ours. They own almost 10% of our company, and we have a joint technical committee with them, which is comprised of our CEO Craig Gibson, their VP Exploration, Jesus Villador, and Dr. Peter McGaugh, who's an advisor to our company.
Obviously, your neighbor's very happy. A 10% cheerleader. Obviously, we know what the play is here. But yeah, let's talk about what do you do on top of these results here? These are fantastic. You've I imagine your neighbor's beyond ecstatic, and so are you. So what's the next steps here, Alain?
Yeah, no, that is the key question. And yes, everybody's ecstatic about that. And on the back of these great results on August 3rd, we announced what is probably the most meaningful announcement that this company has made in a long time. It kind of went unnoticed if you look at the reaction, but we announced that the technical committee, which I just mentioned, had come up with its first recommendation in the Panuco district, working to benefit both Prismo Metals and our partner Vizsla Silver. And we've announced that we will continue the drilling at Palos Verdes, which initially was for 2,500 meters, and we're adding 3,600 meters. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stepping out onto the Vizsla ground in order to drill further down. And so we have a number of drilling holes that are planned. We've got I think, 8 sites that have been permitted by Vizsla in order for Prismo to go on their property and be able to drill at a better angle deeper down underneath our ground. There are some geological models that make us think that the vein system is dipping down to the southeast, and so below the grounds held by Vizsla. But what makes sense, both for us and for Vizsla, is to be exploring the northeast part of the Panuco district where we are and Vizsla is, in order to make this discovery that we think we're going to make. And certainly the grades that have been announced just recently and in prior drilling campaigns are quite encouraging. So the theory here is that if you go deeper down, you might hit some wider intersects that are highly mineralized. And that's sort of been the story, the Vizsla story. And they've made 2 significant discoveries. And we're hoping to make a third one. And then you might say, well, how does that benefit Vizsla? Because it certainly benefits us, Prismo, and it benefits Prismo because it's our land that where most of the mineralization at this stage is located. But it helps Vizsla in 3 ways. One is they own a piece of our stock. That's probably the least significant for them. What's really significant is that we then will be able to interpret the system better and make sense of where it might be going, which is likely to continue onto their ground. It certainly on surface looks like it's trending that way. But more importantly for Vizsla is they have a right of first refusal on buying our asset. So it is our expectation that should we make what would be the third discovery in the Panuco district, that it would eventually belong as part of the Vizsla portfolio.
Yeah, it seems like you're onto something there. I'd like to be involved in one of those chats there off the record, maybe with a brew in my hand to hear what's really going on there. But yeah, it sounds like you're onto something pretty massive there. So we understand that. So yeah, we talked about hot breccia there, your copper play in Arizona. So yeah, let's talk about drilling at Los Pavitos here. Give me some details on that and what you're hoping for there.
Yep. So Los Pavitos is, as I said, is a very large play in Sonora State, and the theory there is that it is an extension of a very large trend that goes from the U.S. all the way down to Sonora State, and is known for very significant gold deposits that are orogenic gold in nature. And the theory is that what we have at Los Pavitos is where the system reappears at surface or near surface, and all of the geochemistry that we have done seems to indicate that theory is possibly the right theory, which means that if we're right, could be a very large deposit that we could eventually define over time through drilling. And we have spent quite a bit of time and money over the last 18 months on surface work. We've announced assay results that are very encouraging. We had quite an extensive trenching program that we finished just a few weeks ago that also had some great gold grades and all the right geochemistry to support the theory that we have of the orogenic nature of this project. And now we have the drill on site. We're just working on securing our water source, and it's just a matter of a day or two before we start drilling. And the goal there is to do a number of shallow holes, and let's say 100 meters. So let's say 25 holes, 100 meters each. And what you do is you try to define right away where the system's going, where's the mineralization? Is it dipping this way or that way or that way? And that the first phase of drilling, while we think is going to, have some interesting results based on surface work and trenching work. The real goal of it is to help us understand the system, the geological system, which will guide us for the second phase of drilling, which is going to come later this year.
Well, certainly a lot going on over there. So, yeah, you got a market here that's, we're in the summer doldrums here, maybe arguably worse than most, but carve out a message here for investors looking for an opportunity here. Seems like you're onto something. I think the sitting there right on the edge of Vizsla is enough of a reason probably to pay attention here, but you got a couple other good projects. So yeah, carve out a message here for investors, Alain.
Well, so the message is as follows, right? So we are funded to do the things that I'm talking about, and our current market cap is only $10.5 million. So the company has the funds to do what I've just described. It's never been this cheap in about a year, and all of the results to date, both drilling at Palos Verdes and Los Pavitos, are extremely encouraging on all fronts. And I think we know, and your viewers know that it's really the drill bit that moves the stocks of these types of companies. And so we'll be drilling away and continue to drill away here for the next several months. And there should be quite a few news releases with assay results, and we have cores in the lab. We always have. We've got more assay results trickling in. So I would say yes, pay close attention to the drill bit.
Okay, certainly much to pay attention to. We'll keep our eye on the wire for more. Again, that's Alain Lambert. He's the co-founder, executive chairman, Prismo Metals, PRIZ, the CSE in Canada, PMOMF on the OTCQB in the States. Again, Alain, appreciate that, and sounds like a lot of news coming up, so I'll look forward to speaking to you soon.
Yes, I'm looking forward to updating your viewers again in the very short term. Thanks for having me.